A child knocked on my door at 2 a.m. saying, "My mommy won't wake up." When I looked at his hands, I saw the blood. The pounding on my door pulled me from sleep so violently, I knocked my water glass off the nightstand. It shattered on the hardwood floor of my bedroom, and through the ringing in my ears, I heard it again. Desperate, frantic knocking. I grabbed my phone. 2:17 a.m. My heart was already racing when I stumbled to the door in my boxers and t-shirt, squinting through the peephole. A small boy stood in the hallway, maybe 6 years old. His face was streaked with tears and something darker. His pajamas had cartoon dinosaurs on them. When I opened the door, he looked up at me with eyes that had seen something no child should ever see. His voice came out in a whisper. "My mommy won't wake up." That's when I saw his hands. Both palms covered in blood, fresh blood, still wet. The boy standing in front of me was shaking so hard his teeth were chattering. I asked him where he lived. He pointed down the hall. "Apartment 3F, 3 doors down from mine." I'd never seen anyone come or go from that unit, never heard a sound. The boy's name was Oliver. He told me this while I was grabbing a towel from my bathroom to wrap around his hands. He said his mommy's name was Rebecca. He said she was on the floor and wouldn't answer when he called her name. He said there was so much blood. I told him to stay in my apartment, and I'd go check. He grabbed my arm with those bloody hands and begged me not to leave him alone. I brought him with me, held his hand, the less bloody one, as we walked down the hallway. The door to 3F was already open, just a crack, no lights on inside. I pushed it open slowly. The smell hit me first. Copper and something else. Something wrong. I felt for the light switch. Found it. The apartment was identical to mine in layout, but completely different in every other way. Toys scattered everywhere. Children's books stacked on the coffee table. A small TV playing cartoons with the volume muted. And in the kitchen, visible from the entryway, a woman lay face down on the linoleum floor. Pool of blood spreading from beneath her. I told Oliver to wait in the living room. He didn't listen. He ran past me to his mother and dropped to his knees beside her, started shaking her shoulder and crying. I pulled out my phone and called 911. The operator answered on the second ring. I gave her the address and apartment number. Told her there was a woman unconscious with significant blood loss. She asked if the woman was breathing. I knelt beside Rebecca, careful not to step in the blood, and checked for a pulse. Found one. Weak, but there. Her back was moving slightly. Shallow breaths. I told the operator yes, she was breathing but barely. The operator asked what happened. I said I didn't know. A child had knocked on my door. She asked if there was anyone else in the apartment. I looked around, saw a closed door down the short hallway. Bedroom. I walked over with Oliver following me like a shadow. Pushed the door open. Empty bedroom, unmade bed, more toys, no one else there. I told the operator we were alone. She said paramedics were 7 minutes away. She told me not to move Rebecca, not to touch anything. Just keep her comfortable and monitor her breathing. Oliver was sobbing now, full body sobs that shook his small frame. I picked him up and carried him back to the living room. Sat him on the couch, asked him what happened. He said he woke up because he heard his mommy making strange sounds, choking sounds. He came out of his bedroom and found her on the floor. He tried to wake her, but she wouldn't move. He got scared and ran to find help. Knocked on doors until someone answered. That someone was me. I asked if his daddy was home. He shook his head. "No daddy, just mommy." I asked if anyone else lived here. He said no, just them. I asked if his mommy was sick, if she'd been sick recently. He said she'd been sad, very sad, for a long time, but not sick. The operator was still on the line asking questions. I answered what I could. Oliver's age, 6.5. Rebecca's approximate age, early 30s maybe. Any visible injuries? I couldn't tell with all the blood. The paramedics arrived in 5 minutes. 2 of them, a man and a woman. They came in fast with their equipment and immediately went to work on Rebecca. The woman paramedic had me take Oliver into his bedroom while they assessed his mother. I carried him there and sat with him on his small bed covered with superhero sheets. He wouldn't let go of my hand. Through the open door, I could hear the paramedics talking in urgent voices. Medical terms I didn't understand. They were moving fast. One of them called for police backup. That's when my stomach dropped. This wasn't just a medical emergency. Something else was happening here. Full story is linked below or on my channel.